And welcome everybody to episode 83 or possibly 84 of the Great Metal Pod Show. Here we go. We're back live again. This is awesome. We love being live. Now today, unfortunately, we are going to shatter the dreams of every teenage metalhead, and we're going to reveal the truth about concerts and live metal shows. But before we get to that, before we start breaking hearts, we got to hit the news. Big thing out. The rumors have been swirling for a couple of weeks, and they finally announced it on Friday. Boom. Power Trip.
So dude, this is crazy because Ozzy's coming out of retirement. We just heard that Ozzy is done, his back issues, he's been in the hospital, and that broke my heart. My heart was broken then, but now he's back. I'm like, what? The Prince of Darkness. Now we can get more bat biting. I hope to see some decapitation at this show. It's like this fall, right? Power Trip.
Yeah, it's the first weekend in October 6, 7, 8. And so this is put on by the same promoters that do Coachella Fest and Stagecoach, and it's at the same place. So it's at the Empire Polo Grounds, which I'm actually looking at the Empire Polo Grounds right now. Yeah, I'm right across the street, and Coachella is in like a week or two. And so the same people that did that said, hey, you know what? Coachella sucks. Stagecoach sucks because pop, dance, country suck. We need to do metal. This is what's going through their head, I'm sure. So they organized Power Trip, and they got 6 big names here. So Friday night is Guns N' Roses and Iron Maiden, and then Saturday night's AC/DC and Ozzy, and then Sunday Metallica and Tool.
This is nuts, man. This is totally nuts. We got to go.
Live in a big way.
Down. Let's go.
Yeah. So now what's interesting, so the festival grounds, they have a capacity of 125,000 people. So last year in 2022, Coachella actually hit that number all 6 days. So whatever that is, 750,000.
That's the same number, in terms of Metallica album sales, 125, except it's million. But
there you go.
Yes, it is a little different, but dude, that's going to be a good show. Luke's going, I'm going, Pete. Maybe
I'm probably going to be in Japan, but probably
you can join
trying
in spirit
to find
from Japan.
Metal.
Yeah. Find some good metal in Japan. Go see Baby Metal.
I was thinking we could have a Japanese metal segment in the future. I'll host it. I'll just talk about Japanese metal bands. Well, I have to research more because I don't know a lot yet.
Marty Friedman will be one.
Right.
Well, the other breaking news, I think it just dropped today, actually, is that Baby Metal found another female singer, Momo Metal. So Baby Metal has Momo Metal now. So
Momo Metal.
Yeah, I just saw the headline like 20 minutes ago, so I don't know anything about it other than they got a new singer. But anyway, Power Trip, guys, let us know. Are you going to go see Power Trip this October?
Don't be a tool and come to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm so curious to see what the attendance numbers on this are, because everybody talks about how metal is like, this underground thing. But we know Metallica's enormous. And so can this festival draw crowds like, say, European metal festivals can, where you literally do have hundreds of thousands.
How big are those shows? How big is Wacken?
Wacken, I think, is like it's somewhere around like 90 to 100,000, maybe 120,000.
So it's maybe unsafe to go above that number or something to get that many people in one place. Like Woodstock
it's hard
numbers.
To say.
Like Woodstock 99. That was a complete fiasco.
Yeah. And that wasn't even that many people. Like that wasn't over 100K, I don't think.
Yeah.
Aggregately it was.
Wacken is 75,000.
Okay.
75, yeah. So
we'll see. So our limit is 125, but we'll see how many people Metallica and the rest of the boys can bring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The city limits is 125, but per day.
I wonder how much Coachella does.
Coachella maxed the 125 number all 6 days last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's like
anything else going on in the news? I'm trying to think.
Well, you mentioned
Death
a roof
Angel
falling.
Or yeah, right. Dude, there's a couple of weird things going on. That a roof fell at a Death Angel concert, which is insane. And then there's that Slipknot thing where there was like this dude crawling on top of the rafters, and then apparently you were on Reddit, and everybody's having a horrible experience there. So concerts are in kind of a tough place right now. It'd be kind of interesting to hear actually from people watching. Do you go to shows anymore?
Yeah.
Like, are shows dead?
Well, so that leads us in to the hot topic. So here we go. Hot topic.
Oh, good.
The hot take.
There it is. Yes.
So,
here's
the hot take. Live shows suck. Oh my gosh. This is so bad. Yeah, we're going to talk about this. This needs to be discussed because, it's like, traveling by plane is an awful experience, but you do it, right? You have to. It's the best way to go. Well, experiencing live music, some of the best moments of my life have been at concerts, live shows.
Yeah, well, look at this, dude. It's like Mr. Ruby is saying is maybe a similar point here. The small shows are good, right? But then when you get to the big bands, it ruins everything. Unfortunately, bands have to sell out at some point to get their money's worth, right?
Yeah.
To make it a viable business. But it's so true. Like if you go to a small club and everything's intimate, there isn't a gazillion people there. The chaos level is kind of more manageable, right?
Or you go and it's not as popular in metal, or you go to a spot where you can sit down. I have been to Dream Theater shows where they have like chairs and it's organized, and that also works.
Yeah, that's okay. You know what the best is when you're backstage. And then you like come out on the side of the stage and watch the performers for a minute. Then you're like, okay, I'm tired. I'm going to go backstage, sit on the couch, have a beer.
But
then you come back out for a little bit.
Good there.
It's true. Shred and I went to a New Year's Eve party. I don't know. That was like 3 years ago or something. But we got VIP tickets. So in like the VIP areas, there were like couches and tables for your drink and all this stuff. And it was so easy. It was easy. Yeah. But then like all the people not in the VIP area, they're out there just like, getting bashed into each other and all this stuff. And so there's a number
beer
of things
spilled on you. Maybe we'll go into the specifics here, but it can be a complete fiasco.
Well, I mean, it's like, here's the thing, right? Here's the meme that sums it up. You go into a metal concert, band starts the gig, band plays your favorite song. You are just like, you're losing it. This is like the greatest experience of your life, right? And that euphoria lasts for maybe like 15 seconds because some dude just farted on you, and then somebody else fell and their chair broke your leg, and then somebody else just took a leak on you. And you're like, okay, well, I'm not having fun anymore. And to Mr. Ruby's point, like you're in this crowd, right? Look at this. Concert problems. You're in the middle of a crowd of 50,000 people. I have to go to the bathroom.
You're going to do it right there. The problem is
right there on the guy in front of you.
You want to have some beers and have a good time, right? And you get like those massive 22 ouncers, but then you're stuck and you got to take a leak because you got, 66 ounces of beer in you. So what do you do?
Right. And so like, I think that this is probably the biggest problem. The biggest problem with live shows is not the band or anything like that. It's the venue. Like Pete was saying earlier. It's the venue, man. So like airplanes, they used to, they were like, we need to maximize every square inch for profit on an airplane. So they gave you like 6-8 inches of leg room. Well, in like the last 10 years, they're like, oh my gosh, plane travels down and everything. They're like, we have to make this a better experience.
We expect more from our concert going experience now. It's 100% true. Yeah. We need more space, more amenities, more comfort. The seating.
Yes, by far, hands down, there is no second. The best festival grounds I've ever been to, the Las Vegas Festival grounds. The entire perimeter has booths with like food and water and all stuff. And like every third or fourth one repeats. So I'm like, I want some nachos. And it's like, well, there's a line of 50 people there. Well, 3 booths down, I can get nachos. And there's 20 people. Well, 3 down from there, there's nachos. And
Luke,
there's only 2 people in
This
line.
is actually brilliant. We need to change concert infrastructure.
Yeah, the infrastructure, it's so important. What it is. And Pete and I went to a show in the Netherlands a few years ago, and I'm not a tall man, and it's a standing room only, and the Dutch are tall. I sat there trying to like stare between people's shoulders and elbows the entire time to see the show. Yep. And it was a 3-hour show. So I'm standing there for 3 hours trying to like peek between these tall, Dutch people. It's an awful experience. Now the music
people just stay home, music and chill, Netflix and chill. It's just better. Easier.
Absolutely. So, at the end of the day, like, I don't want to poo-poo all over like metal bands that play live. I think that's great. To Mr. Ruby's point, to Pete's point, I think the key is the venue, small, intimate venues, way more. I'd pay twice as much, 3 times as much for a ticket to a small, intimate venue where I can sit down, enjoy the show, but today, that is not what happens. What happens is this. This is like what happens at these big events that I will never go to this concert. Let's check out what mosh pitting's like.
I want you to kill everyone over there. And I want you to kill everybody over there. And nobody goes until I say, hold! Hold!
There's no hold.
There's no hold.
I don't know.
That's
that doesn't
metal murder.
Does not look appealing.
No, I do not get it. I'm actually a pretty big guy, and I sign me out. I will not do the moshing. Why would you go to a concert and to go to the hospital? Like, what's the
right?
That's not why I'm there.
Just go right to the hospital and
work
on heart health or something. Yeah.
I've been in 2 mosh pits in my life. Both were terrible experiences. One of them, I lost my shirt. Somebody ripped my shirt off, and I didn't have a shirt for the rest of the night. And the other one, I had bruises all the next day. And it's like, I didn't get any aggression out. Maybe some of these guys were getting some aggression out.
His rocks out.
Oh, man.
No, it was so miserable. So it's like, look, maybe there's a place for this, and maybe some people love this. If anybody listening or watching this likes mosh pits, please explain to us why.
Ruby,
explain it to me like
Mr.
I'm 5,
Ruby,
right?
do you like moshing? Yes or no?
I don't think so, because this was his response to the video.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's too much.
I don't get it. I just do not get it, because then you can't. But get the aggression out. I think that's maybe the value proposition. You mentioned that a bit ago, Luke. It's like that's maybe what people are trying to do, but that's not satisfying for me.
No. And I don't think it's real satisfying. A lot of the metal guys on the Reddit forum that I was in, like, they were just like, we're done with live shows, because they were like, we miss the days when you'd go to a show, there's like 30 other people there, and everybody is so into the band, they just stand there mesmerized by watching their metal heroes play.
You can still get that with some bands. Yeah, 100%. Like, I was at a Symphony X show last year. There was maybe like 75 people there, maybe 100.
Ideal.
Yeah, that's a pretty
sucks
small
for the band, though.
It sucks for the band.
How do you afford to go places then?
That's exactly the issue. There's a conflict of interest.
Well, you got to jack up the ticket price, right? I mean, you got to make it worthwhile. And, metalheads tend to buy more merchandise, and they tend to buy more physical copies of music than other genres.
Do they?
Look at
They
this.
do, yeah. But they need
Mr.
more.
Ruby gets his aggression out in karate, which is a very reasonable.
He's a wax on, wax off kind of guy.
Yeah, I like it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, so here are a few other issues with live concerts, live shows. You have musicians that struggle playing the music. Oh no, Kirk. You can't do it. Here we go.
I'm so nervous.
Can't do
I
it.
love the honesty of Metallica. Like, they're not playing the tracks, obviously.
Right. Right.
It's dangerous, man. Like, you could actually make a mistake, like what just happened there with Kirk. But at least it is real. And that's maybe part of the fun, right? Of going to a live show. Something could go wrong. Unless you're at a Cardi B show, and then it's all fake, so nothing's gonna happen.
It's gonna go right.
Well,
and you hope that something goes wrong, because then it's probably like wardrobe malfunction or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be something of that nature. Because they don't even what you sing, at pop concerts anymore. There's no like live vocals, like the band stuff is probably all fake for the most part. Just all pre-recorded tracks.
Right, like this guy. Oh man,
dude, not good.
You play into a track, good. you got to remember how long the track is.
Yeah, don't stop.
Yeah, and then of course
you're better to look like you keep playing, because then maybe the sound guy effed up and like cut you off or something. Whereas you stop early.
yeah. Well, see that. So this is what happened with Lordy. So here's a clip of Lordy. And I don't know what's going on here, but their tracks get all screwed up and start repeating.
Oh, the crowd's like, what is going on? This is not what we paid for. Dude.
No, I mean, it's tough stuff. So you do it now. There is a charm to like, one of your favorite musicians like messing up, right? And then they laugh, ha ha ha. There can be a charm to technical malfunction, right? I mean, something goes wrong. We all remember this, right? The video of James Hetfield going up in flames.
Oh.
Things started going wrong about halfway through Metallica's set when a stage prop exploded, inflicting second-degree burns on James Hetfield's arms and legs. The band was forced to terminate its set, promising the crowd it would return to play a makeup show. And Hetfield was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment.
There was an incident with the pyrotechnics. Unfortunately, James is on his way to the hospital right now, and we're very sorry, but we can't continue the concert for you guys tonight.
It's like, give me fuel, give me fire. Well, easy on the fire, though. Like that Metallic song.
Yeah.
Dude.
But I mean, to their credit, they came back. Everybody that was at that concert got like a free pass to like one of their shows later. But it's like, what a cluster frick, right? So it's like, there's just all this stuff wrong. Now there's plenty that is really cool. Watching John Petrucci play the solo to Erotomania live was it was just the coolest thing I've ever experienced. It blew my mind. I went to another place watching that when I was like 21 years old or whatever. Oh yes. And so I'm a big advocate for live shows. I'm saying we need to make them better. They're going extinct because they suck, but they don't have to suck.
The infrastructure, I think, is the key we've hit on here. I mean, the feeling and the energy of a live show. There isn't an equivalent. Like a movie, movies have gotten a lot more like at home theaters are rivaling the theater, right? And you have all your home comforts and killer sound and visuals. But there's the live, it's just hard to, short of the band playing in your living room, right? How
we want something real is what it is. And the mass sort of production level in modern films. I was watching Adam Sandler's new murder mystery thing on Netflix, and it just comes off so like fake and inauthentic, not genuine. The more amateur production is almost like better in a way because it's real.
Yeah, totally. So we need a revolution in live metal concerts. I think this is probably also part of the reason why some of the black metal bands and some of the really underground metal bands, they don't tour at all. They're like
they can't provide a good experience. Well, that event you mentioned in Las Vegas, I don't know what the specific event was that you were at, but you're also
talking about When We Were Young festival.
Okay. So that was a music festival, but the way they had it set up is super smart with concession stands, bathrooms, whatever, just at units throughout the perimeter or whatever. Yeah. It's really important to have comfort when you're in a situation like that.
Yes. Yeah. No. And they had bathrooms, like actual bathroom facilities where you could go in, had flushing toilets. They had like outhouses spotted all over the place for people that just needed to, go quick. But then it's like you eat those nachos and you're like, I want a flushing toilet. And so they had those. So you could go get an actual flushing toilet in a stall. I mean, it was just like they nailed it. Las Vegas Festival Grounds nailed infrastructure for festivals. I don't know what Coachella's like. I've never been.
The concept that the show itself or the experience there erases all negative is a bad concept, right? It's like, no, it's like you're going to entertain yourself. You want to be comfortable. You want to have a good time. It's like, let's do everything wrong except the show.
Right.
It's like well, people just aren't going to put up with that forever. And I think that people are putting up with it less.
Yeah. No, I think that's right. So guys, let us know what changes would you like to see to live metal shows. Is it venue? Is it sound related? Whatever it is, let us know. Let us know how often you go. Do you guys go, every couple of weeks? Is it like once a year? We want to know what your consumption habits of the metal venues are.
greatmetalpodcast @gmail. That'd be really interesting. I would love to see like the trend in concert attendance over time. Is there like a dip happening? Obviously, the pandemic and stuff, we're going to get a dip there. But just, in the larger scale of time, is there this general trend downwards? That'd be a fascinating thing to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, if there's no money in it, nobody's going to do it. And so if we want it to keep happening, we have to actually go, but it's so miserable. Who's going to go? So how do we change it? That's the question. Okay, let's check out the featured band. Oh yeah, here we go. Just dropping last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. I actually mentioned this band on the last show, Ne Obliviscaris, which I think is Latin for something like "do not forget" or "forget me not" or something like that. Anyway, Australian.
Sounds super evil, bro. Australian.
Oh yes, Australian prog death technical metal band. These guys are so good, and they have, like their clean vocalist is also a violin player and everything. Let's check out a quick clip of their new song "Equus."
Dying soul to the drowning.
emotional use of violin.
Well, it looked like there was more like 3 violinists there, all fingering the G string.
There probably are. The clean vocalist is a violinist, but I'm sure they have more than just him. These guys, I mean, if you're into like experimental stuff, like they're kind of like Dream Theater, only heavier. You know, they'll have like jazz sections, and I mean, they do all of this really weird stuff.
It's like
but
massive
it's really
double
good.
kicking on the bass drum, and then like nice classical symphony. Well, it was actually quite dissonant in the strings, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of screeching going on.
Super loud in the mix.
So their new album is called Exul, EXUL, and I would highly recommend people go check this out. Fantastic pick. Okay, guys. That was the show. Now, I don't know. Are we going live after the show? I know, but we talked about. So, guys, here's part of the format we want to get to is after this show, we're going to like do a live show podcast. Maybe it's audio only, but we're going to take a deep, deep dive into the hot take. So this wraps up this show. We might be back on in a few minutes to do some live stuff. If not, in the future, we'll be doing an after show where you guys can join and we can just chat however long you want to chat. But until next time, the world ends with you. So keep it metal.